Cool kid. Cool kid. Cool kid. Cool kid. Welcome to the show. Are you ready? Don't you want to know what we're doing today? Hey, cool kids. I'm gonna say it anyway. I can, 'cause we got the master plan. Hey, cool kids, let's stack. Get them silvers and golds and put them in your backpack. All right, cool kids, let's do this. So, cool kids, today we're going to talk about stacking silver and other precious metals. And we're going to ask ourselves, why on earth are we doing this? And we're going to ask ourselves, we're going to do a deep soul search here, okay? It is entirely possible that silver could drop below $20 in the near future. And I'm going to tell you why that's a good thing. Yeah, I know that sounds counterintuitive. But remember, when you're stacking this stuff, you're stacking for the long haul. And believe me, I've been doing this for 10 years, guys. The hauls don't get much longer. And I remember all the silver pumpers even back then. I got 3 of these sets coming. They're 72s though, not 73s. But I remember all the pumpers, even back then. Oh, silver will never go down again. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's going to $1,000 an ounce. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm often reminded of those days because I didn't get into stacking because of that. I just happened to, hear them talking once I got into stacking. So the way I got into stacking, if you guys have missed the story, is I was, when I was a kid, I was collecting coins. And, I got out of it. And one day in, it was about the year 2002, I would say. So I got out of it in like 1985, and then in 2002, I was at the gas station, and I'd always checked my coins. I always pinged them, dropped them. I couldn't remember why I did it. I just had always done it. And, I kind of, on a side note, I kind of really hate digital transactions and cards, because it takes away the magic of what I found that day. And really, your only chance to do that now is a Coinstar. Although I did actually get some silver in my change at work one day, so I won't say only. I got some silver at a gas station, a couple gas stations. So gas stations are good. The point is, you need to do cash transactions. Every time you do a cash transaction, you get a chance at some silver. It's only happened to me 3 times in my whole life, but those 3 times were great, okay? I remember every one of them, all right? So, anyway, this was one of those times. It's what got me on my stacking journey. Everybody likes to call it a journey. I guess it's a journey. A journey to the crazy house. And it was a 1964 Philadelphia quarter. Yeah, no mint mark, no nothing. And I was bouncing off the counter, and the gas station attendant, she says to me, yeah, that's silver. And I said, well, if it was silver, why'd you give it to me? And she said, oh, I didn't know it was silver till you bounced it. I said, well, do you want it back? And she said, no. That's your silver. Keep it. It's worth about $5. Now, I don't know if it was worth $5. I don't even know if she said it. She might have said $3. But she said it was worth more than whatever she said it was worth more than its face value. And that's what got me real interested real quick. I didn't have the internet or nothing really. Well, I did, but I had to go to a friend's house to do it because I didn't have I didn't have any of that stuff. So then I did it. I got online. I might even went to the library, the public library. I found coinflation.com, and I found Kitco forums. Yeah. And I found that the number of places talking about sweet, delicious silver, they were very limited back then. It was a very limited situation. Nothing like it is now. You guys have all kinds of resources now, but back in the day, man, it was rough. There was the Coin Community Forum. I didn't really talk there. I just kind of lurked. And then I started typing, and I started asking myself, because I watched everybody. I watched the other stackers, and they were paying $35-$40 for American Silver Eagles, buying $40,000 Munster boxes, and I'm like, why are you guys paying so much premium? Because I was learning all the cool terms, and premium, I learned that term. And yeah, I said, why are you guys doing all these premiums? And they said, well, that's how much silver is. And back then, even junk silver was starting to get expensive like it is now. Although I've never seen it as bad as it is now, it was still pretty nice little premium on there, probably 10%. And so, there's a gap here. So I did get that quarter in like 2002, 2004, but I didn't really start stacking until I had did my research, and but it reminded me. So I didn't really start stacking until like 2011, 2012, at the height of silver, the silver hype train, right? So anyway, if only I'd have started stacking in 2004 when I found that quarter, I'd be even better shape. Yeah, but I put it off, mostly because I was working at a pizza joint. I just got out of the Army. I was working at a pizza joint, and I was making minimum wage, guys. It was kind of funny. It seemed like a big pay raise compared to what the Army paid me. Don't get me wrong, but ultimately I had to quit that job. I got a job at a factory, and I was making about double minimum wage when I started doing that as an electrician. Anyway, long story short, I started stacking, and never looked back. But I had to take a pay cut before I started stacking, because I was too busy back then, with the old lady and all that. So I was too busy to stack. I didn't have time. I didn't really know what I was doing. No one really showed me. So that's why one of the reasons I make these videos. And there was even another delay. Even with that, I had another delay. But finally, like I said, about 2011, I was working as a security guard because I got laid off and realized that no amount of money was worth my health. And when I got laid off, I started feeling really healthy. I felt like I was 18 again, guys. I was getting away from that anhydrous ammonia and stuff I was breathing, and So I never looked back. I never went back to work there at the factory. And instead I started working, security. They hired me because I had 8 years of military experience. And, then I used my GI Bill and went to college and, became a medical professional. I now have a couple accreditations and I work a couple different jobs, actually. But all of that has just been kind of a platform that allows me to shovel more of this stuff. So this is the 71. I guess, did I not have a 72? Wow, it's cool. I now have 3 72 sets because I didn't have one, did I? Yeah, I had 75, 73, 71. Wow, that worked out perfect. Okay. I do know the 76 and 77 sets are really low mintage and really, I'll get them eventually, I guess. Jamaica we're talking about here, guys. So I guess I'll continue. I went on to start stacking and I just wanted to stack junk silver. That was my goal, or generics, right? We all have the highest ideals when we get into this stuff, And so that's what I did. I started stacking that stuff, and I was paying the same high premiums everyone else was. And silver went up to $50 an ounce or 45, whatever the hell it was. And I'm like, okay. So I went to this pawn shop kind of place. It was a buy-sell trade place, actually. And I got all those cat bust dimes that you guys have seen for about melt, just over melt. And that's what really started for me the collecting bug. Well, then one day, crazy stuff, I was at work. I stopped by the gas station to get some, it was a drink, and they had those hot dogs. You ever had those hot dogs on that rotisserie deal? Yeah, the little bunk rotisserie. Well, those hot dogs, they were $1.50 each. That was a pretty good deal, man. That was a pretty good deal when you're making $10 an hour, Get your lunch for $1.50 each, $3 lunch. Then you get you a drink for $1. Remember these prices, guys? No, I'll tell you how. Anyway, for less than an hour's pay, you got to eat and everything, and life is good, right? Well, joke's on me. I get a coin with Queen Elizabeth on it. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth the coin. And it was a 1968. Let's see if I can find one. 1968, the dime. So I grabbed it, and here we go. This coin right here. I grabbed it out the change. I looked at it. I mean, this isn't the exact one, but it's the same coin. And I had to Google it. And I just got a smartphone, my first smartphone. And you know what I found? I found out that it was either nickel or silver. And I'm like, that's pretty crazy. And I started researching it. And then I just, just to see, I went to eBay, to see what something like that would cost. And imagine my horror when I realized I'd been paying too much for silver. I'd been paying a 10% premium or more on junk silver. And granted, I got that great deal on the cat bust dimes, but my average price per ounce was like $32 per ounce. I even did face-to-face deals. I bought all the silver off my manager at work at $32 an ounce. Now, don't get me wrong, they were all ASEs, so I actually, in hindsight, came out pretty good given what ASEs go for now. But I spent an entire paycheck on that, It was an $800-something deal. And I was making $10 an hour. but I knew it was a good deal. I knew silver was going to go to the moon, right? And but then I found, I discovered the foreign silver. I've never looked back. I get more ounces per dollar, and silver's silver. So some refiner's going to buy it. Okay, now how much they're going to pay me, whatever. It's going to be, if silver takes a moonshot, it's going to be worth it. But I also stacked the other stuff. When I see a deal, I did buy some ASEs, like I told you, in 2020 for $18 each. That's looking pretty smart because I hit it. I spent $10,000 in March of 2020. Okay, even though you couldn't get the silver at $12 an ounce, you could get it at $18, $19 an ounce. So I knew silver wasn't going. I knew the gold to silver ratio couldn't stay at a 125-1 for very freaking long. So I bought all that I could. Every penny I had extra, petty cash, went right into it. And guys, that's what I wanted to tell you. I wanted to tell you this stacking thing we do. Why are we doing it? Well, we're creating wealth, potentially. But we're also preserving wealth. If I didn't buy this stuff I buy, I'd be blowing it, okay? Or more likely I'd be putting it into stocks. Here's the problem with that. What if the stock market does what it did in 08 and never comes back? Or say it doesn't come back for 20 years like it did from 1929 to 1955 or whatever it was. I don't want to retire knowing that Social Security, I'm not a financial advisor. Social Security is not going to be there, guys. Social Security goes broke in 2030. This is insurance. This makes me able to sleep at night. I know that maybe I won't be able to live off what I got, but I'll be able to find the next chapter in my life, Have brains will travel, right? Anyway, thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. I hope this video was helpful. If you did like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like the video, let me know in the comments how I can improve so that I can bring you the product that you desire, even though I don't get paid for it. Eva, why don't you say hi to the cool kids? Come here. I know, but they haven't seen you. They want to see you. They want to see you, Eva. Yeah. I know, you're relaxing, you're sleeping. But say bye to the cool kids, okay? And tell them they can find all the collectibles of their dreams while they're awake. If they pay attention. Guys, take care.